Disaster like a hurricane strikes, we know that the Red Cross is among the first groups to react and try to provide for families who have lost everything.
Yeah, but what happens if the relief group isn't prepared for the worst? As we first reported online, 7 on Your Side uncovered several Red Cross facilities on Long Island in disrepair with boxes of ruined supplies.
Our investigative reporter Jim Hoffer is here now with more on this story. Jim?
Well, when it comes to densely populated areas vulnerable to storm surge, Long Island has got to be at the top of the list. Yet the agency they depend on for sheltering may not be ready, according to one Red Cross whistleblower. Weeks ago, at the beginning of the hurricane season, we had the Red Cross show us the core of their storm evacuation and sheltering plans. Huge storage containers placed at 45 designated shelters across Long Island. Why is that important?
Well, it's important because you want to have the non-perishable supplies right there where you're going to need them.
Supplies including cots, blankets, and first aid kits. But a Red Cross whistleblower says these pictures show what's inside many of the storage containers has been ruined. He claims rusty, leaky containers have exposed hundreds of thousands of dollars in sheltering supplies to rain, snow, and humidity.
It's really hard to look at this.
We showed the pictures to the nation's leading expert in emergency preparedness.
Our concern meter goes way up here. Really, nobody's been looking at these containers on a regular basis.
It is something that we're on top of all the time.
During last month's interview on storm readiness, the Red Cross told us the containers are regularly inspected.
We are opening and inspecting every one of these particular containers to know that what's inside is still clean, has not been damaged in any way.
The whistleblower insists, though, that some of the containers have not been inspected for years. Pictures show dust-covered first aid kits that have not been checked since the summer of 2013.
They need an internal investigation to understand how something like this happens.
The Red Cross disputes that there's a widespread problem, but acknowledges that 2 storage containers need repaired and that another box must be replaced after discovering damaged supplies inside. But the agency claims they, quote, have a robust system in place to inspect, repair, and replace boxes and supplies. The head of Red Cross External Affairs says that the inspection process occurs at least twice a year. This is the main entrance. You can see that the rubber sealant that is used to keep water out of this main door, it's useless. The Red Cross says that conditions of their storage containers are mostly cosmetic and do not compromise the contents. But we found several storage containers in disrepair, some with rusted doors and this one with an obvious leaky roof that has been poorly patched up. The whistleblower says he's very worried that if a big storm hits Long Island, the Red Cross, he says, is not ready for it.
They can't be allowed to get away with this kind of sloppiness in terms of being ready for a big disaster.
The Red Cross says they will be conducting additional inspections in response to our investigation, but insists the majority of storage containers and their contents are in good condition. The whistleblower says, however, they've yet to replace the damaged supplies.